Hey guys, welcome to round 4. We're here winning the die roll against Bel Guido. I'm not sure what he's on, but I like the looks of this hand. Don't think we're going to mulligan. The only tension here is the Martyr of Ashes versus the Conscripts. So it really just depends on what kind of deck he's playing that's going to affect whether or not we play a Martyr turn 2, which we might do, but we're for now going to lead on the Conscripts. Now this is another name that I'm familiar with. Looks like it might be another mono black deck. So I'm not that interested in casting the Martyr. I may, however, end up casting the Sparksmith. So the option is to cast the Sledder, which protects a little bit more against some of the echoing effects or disfigures, but I'm actually going to cast a Sparksmith, so if he has a turn 2 guy, we can try and wreck that. That's going to be my plan. Also, if he does have a disfigure for this, it makes us take less damage against the Smith. I think the Smith actually is going to do very well if it can survive. So we're going to have to see if that's actually the case. He is mono black. Again, if he makes us pitch, I think we might actually pitch the Martyr as we did in the previous game. Though the land might be better. I think we'll pitch the land. And we can remove this creature. This might be a removal spell. He's taking a... Okay. So we're going to pitch the land. We're going to save the Martyr so that we can power up the Conscripts next turn. So we're going to go ahead and just shoot this now. And then we're going to attack for 2 after we cast the Goblin Sledder. And I might actually leave this land in hand in case we get discarded again. Now the option is to play the Martyr out as well. I think it makes our Sparksmith worse. Oh no, it doesn't, but it guarantees we can power this up next turn. So I think I'm going to leave it and leave the land in hand, because the only 3-drop we have is, of course, Goblin Matron. So let's see what he does. He's got another Rats, perhaps? Or a Sign in Blood, which will really hurt him. Then we hit him for 4. He goes down to 10. This might be a removal spell. Wrench Mind. Oh my god. Well, that sucks. It's a good thing we kept that mountain in hand. We're going to have to bend the Chain Lightning, which is unfortunate. But we still got some power on the board. And he missed a land, so it's not that bad. And we draw a Matron. So we're definitely going to cast this and attack him for 4. Our board's looking good. We've got the Sledder. And if we draw a land and he doesn't make us discard this Matron, we are set up to hit him for pretty much lethal. And we may take 3 damage removing a guy, but it comes with the territory. Looks like another... It looks like a removal spell this time. Would be my guess. I mean, he's got to have some kind of removal at this point. Echoing Decay. So we can either sack the Martyr to save him, or we can just let it go. I mean, it's going to be an issue trying to keep him alive anyway. The Martyr is not something we're ever going to activate, I don't think. But it might be tough to keep the Conscripts alive. We get a guaranteed 3 damage if we leave the Martyr. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to let that go. Definitely a questionable play. I could see someone taking issue with it, but at the same time, I kind of like our position. So we're going to go ahead and attack, and we're going to play out the Sledder. It's a little soft to echoing, but we just want to develop the board. Obviously, we can sack to protect from an echoing. He most likely has a second one since he used up that first to hit our creature. And this looks like another guy. Oh. Alright, so we're just going to sack this. And we'll pump up the other Sledder, I guess. I don't know that that actually does anything. Okay, so I'd like a land. I'd really like a land. We find a Death Spark. That's not too bad, actually. So let's go ahead and hit him for 3. He's at 6. Very close to a victory here. The Death Spark's also really nice. So what is this? Tendrils? Alright, well this is a really simple play here. We can Death Spark him and then sack the Martyr of Ashes. And then I think we might choose not to pick up the Death Spark in case we draw a land. This Sledder's really keeping us alive here. Oh, it's a Goblin. Well, that's not going to work. So he is going to gain 4. We do get the Death Spark back, but unfortunately, he's back up to 9. Not a huge deal if we draw a land or a Bushwhacker. And we're not going to pay for this yet. Draw conscripts, that's okay. He's still kind of on the back foot. Everything from here on out is a Goblin, so we can keep it alive from, you know, corrupt and tendrils and stuff. And I don't think we're going to opt to get that Death Spark back just yet. So then we have to exactly draw a 1-drop. Alright, this we're definitely sacking. So he's whittling us down piece by piece, which is a little, dare I say, daunting. It's a little disconcerting. Looks like he's trying to work his way up to corrupt, which he may actually do. I might want to leave Sparksmith up to protect against a corrupt. So we hit a lightning bolt. So I may actually Sparksmith a creature here. We actually have the bolt too as a backup, so he'd have to hit a land and hit the corrupt. So I'm going to attack. It's possible that we may have to bolt our own guy just to keep out a corrupt. He might even corrupt our face. So, you know, all of those possibilities make this a bad play. Hope he targets a guy. Alright, so we're just going to have to bolt that. I don't think we can afford to let him gain another 5 life. It's a 2-for-1, but at the same time, these tendrils are really becoming disgusting. He is at 6, so we're close enough to getting him that I'm not too worried. Here we might want to actually take the Death Spark to protect us against another tendrils. He's already played 3. It's only bad if we... Well, I mean... Yeah, I guess we'll pick it up this turn. It's a really tough call. I think this turn of all turns is probably going to be when we want it. Turns out it was correct to take the Death Spark there. And we'll see what happens now. It's got a Chittering Rat, which is really going to set us back here. But he is down to 2 cards. And being at 5, I think we're actually in pretty decent shape. Okay, now he's at 4. So we can pass. We can also, you know, kill a guy with the Death Spark Sparksmith combo. Then he's free to hit us with Okiba Gang. So I think we want to protect against Okiba Gang. Unfortunately, this only hits creatures, but not a huge issue. We can also block and shoot it. He's sending in 1. Well, I'll definitely take that. No reason to waste this Death Spark just yet. This might be a corrupt. 3 Chittering Rats again. So, 1 card left. We're going to go ahead and let this resolve. We still don't have anything we want to do with it. Man, his hitting multiple of all of these has been pretty hard to deal with. So yeah, we'll just hoping to just hit a chain lightning or a lightning bolt at this point. Okay, he's coming in with 2 guys. We're going to take it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pitch the Death Spark and the Matron. Pretty easy. Instead of shooting him with the Death Spark and then pitching 2 cards or whatever, let's kind of get something back. We're not going to pick it up this turn. We get a Mog Raider, which is pretty nice. We get to start shooting his guys down. So I'm still going to wait on that because he may have that Okiba Gang Shinobi coming in. But from there we can start chopping him down. I guess the Shinobi's not too bad actually. I think we actually do just shoot the Rager here. We go to 10, then if he attacks, we go to 6. This is our only protection against a Corrupt or a Tendrils. I don't see him attacking us, but he's going to lose guys no matter what happens. Alright, so he's going to attack us. It's pretty dangerous. I think we take the Death Spark back here. And we get our mountain. So I'm going to go ahead and just pass here. I'm going to continue to hit his guys. And then if he wants to kill something, we still have the Death Spark to kind of just finish him off. So this Sparksmith, though it's been hitting us, it's been doing quite a bit of damage. I think we may actually cast the Death Spark so that we can Matron next turn. Alright, shooting that now. Going to 8. Oh, I forgot to cast the Death Spark. That was pretty bad. I mean, here we can attempt a victory, but I don't think we need to necessarily. I think we've pretty much got this locked up. So I'm going to go to 6. We could be dead to a Corrupt, but I think we were already dead to that. Not necessarily. It's one of the only things he could actually have, so I probably should have thought it out a little bit more. But I don't know what he's tanking on here. I mean, we could go for the win here. Which also seems kind of weak. Does save us against a Corrupt, but still trying to figure out what he's doing. Does he have Undying Evil? Is he AFK? Are we disconnected? I don't know what's going on. Oh, no, it resolved. So like I said, we can go for the victory. We're dead to Corrupt. This sacks 2 guys. I think I'm going to go for it. This dies to like an Edict, but other than that, I think it's okay. I don't know. This is really risky. I don't know why I'm feeling so like crazy, but I think I'm just gonna do it, and maybe we get there. Looks like we did. I don't know if he had Corrupt or not, but I was not willing to risk it. So let's go to game 2. I'm really expecting a lot of comments on that play, but like in the previous game, I think we do like Sparksmith, and I do think we like the Life Staff. So we're going to take out Martyr, and I think we took out one of each of these guys. But he's got a lot of echoing, and he's got tendrils, so this time I don't think that's really the right call. I think maybe a Chain Lightning or something of that in that respect would be good. The Death Spark worked out pretty well for us. So I'm going to drop 2 Chain Lightnings, though I really like having that reach, just being able to burn him out. So is there anything else we could take out? We could also just opt not to do it, but since he's most likely playing Corrupt, I think it is probably good to have him. So it's really a trade-off of what we want to sacrifice here. I suppose we can ultimately live with 6 of these effects over 8 and just try it like that. You know, the Spark does protect us most of the time against tendrils and whatnot. So, alright, it's game 2 against Mono Black. I've been playing so bad against Mono Black, but I think this is keepable. You know, the thing is, they put you in such weird positions where they're making you discard, they're making you make all these tough choices every turn. And I'm not, I don't think I've shown that I've done very well at making the right choices a lot of the time. Worked out for us that time. We do have a Sparksmith on the horizon, which I think might also be the key to potential victory here. So let's see what he's got in store for us. I think I'll lead with it. I think I'll go turn 2 Sparksmith. Doesn't appear to have a 2-drop, or maybe just that's how his mana is working. We've also got this Life Staff, which we could go ahead and equip, but we might want to save it for Wrench Mind as well, unless, you know, maybe he took him out. I still think we're going to go with Sparksmith. And he'll be kind of incentivized to want to get rid of that, I think. So if it's Wrench Mind, it'll be kind of funny. Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to pitch the Life Staff and just get a little bit ahead on it on card advantage. And now I think we're just going to attack and play the War Marshal and leave up Lightning Bolt. And I could have, you know, attacked with the War Marshal on the board and got in for an extra point, but I think it'll be just better to have that extra body at some point in time. You know, we're even going to pay the echo cost since we have a 4th land. And so this is a position that looks pretty tough for him. I mean, the Sparksmith does make us take 4, but it is kind of worth it when we're just, you know, hammering down with 3 power of guys and stuff. We get to save our burn, so his face. I mean, this is 6 in hand, just sitting there, waiting to be unleashed. So I think he's got a tough call to make if his hand's full of either removal or potentially creatures. Could be the case he's stuck on 2 lands again, which might be very good for us. Looks like he's gonna Nausea. Oh boy. Alright, so we definitely want to keep the Sparksmith and the Sledder alive. So that means the War Marshal and a token, and all the tokens are going to have to take a dive. That's okay. It's basically a 1-for-1 here. So that becomes a 2-2. And then before the Nausea resolves, we're also going to save the Sparksmith. So a pretty nice way to deal with our creature. I would love to draw a Goblin Matron. We might as well just sack this to give him even more power. Just in case, power and toughness. And these guys will become a 2-2 and 1-1 respectively. Hopefully he misses a land. No, he's got 1 mana. But I don't know if it's not really signifying anything that he couldn't have played there. All right, so now we got 9 points of damage in hand. And I think we'll leave the land in hand in case, like, it's worse against Chittering Rats, but it's better against all the other discard. So kind of hedging a little bit. And let me guess. Oh, sign in blood to himself. So again, we got 9 points here. This is a serious thing because he's very close to just getting burned out. He does have potential tendrils, which we want to save this for. Now we can just Death Spark his guy and hit him for whatever, and we have the sack to get it back. So Death Spark his guy, get him to 11. Sack, get it back. Bolt takes him down to 5, and then he's on 1 point. So I think we're just gonna main phase Death Spark. It is kind of rough. If he makes his discard, we're gonna have to. If we want to get the spark back, we're gonna have to sack. But it's probably better than the Sparksmith activation. Actually, you know what? I think the Sparksmith activation is better. Because we still have the option of using Death Spark to prevent a tendrils. As well as the sack, don't get me wrong. But this is a very good discard outlet. So this is 10 points right here. So he's very close to being killed. And if he casts Sign in Blood, he is dead. Which is pretty crazy. 3. Oh man, 11. And we shoot this and then burn him. Okay, I think we got it. Yep, we've got him dead. Okay, so we just have to play around Spinning Darkness basically. So I'm just gonna leave up the Death Spark, and I'm just gonna use these bolts and just start doming. And it looks like we're gonna take this match with a series of burn and the Sparksmith really carrying it for us. So let's try it out. And we've taken the match. So game 1, I think we played pretty loose. Didn't really think about all the possibilities, but we ended up pulling that game out. In spite of it, he was stuck on mana a little bit, and Sparksmith was huge, and I think Sparksmith was also very good again here. Also, the choice to leave in the Chain Lightning and to bring in the Sylvok Lifestaff helped us quite a bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We take a 3-1, and I'm going to go home with some packs. This is my first daily event with this mono-red Goblins deck. So, you know, fairly happy with it. I think the Sparksmith was the most impressive card so far. And maybe we'll play this again later. Please let me know. If you want to see some more of this deck, if you want to see some other decks, just leave a comment and tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you thought of the plays, how the games went. Hope it was entertaining for everyone. And stay tuned because we'll definitely have some more videos for you next time.